This is David Gilmore, known as LDS Prepper, and today I'm here with Justin with Night Owl Window Tinting, and he's putting up 8mm security break-proof film on my windows. You know, if things go really bad, if there's an EMP, okay, and the grid goes down, which means you can't buy gas, you can't go shopping, you can't go to work, you can't get groceries, things can get really ugly really quickly. And I think people kind of in the back of mind are thinking about that kind of scenario, but not everybody is thinking all the way through it. Okay, so if people think that you may have something that they want, in seconds they can come through and your window, your glass, and be in your house. My goal is to slow them down to give me time to react properly. What are some other options people have besides security films? What are the pros and cons of security films and the other options?
Yeah, so the other options, I mean, the pros and cons of security film is if someone was to come up on a tempered piece of glass with just like an awl and hit it, it'd shatter. And if they had a baseball bat, they could just clear that all that shattered debris and be in your house within 60 seconds. With your 8mm clear security film like we're doing on David's house, what you're getting is your 200 pounds per square inch of force is what that's going to hold. So someone could beat on this with a baseball bat 8 to 9 times and they're not going to get through. They could grab a crowbar and start getting through. The thing is they're not going to get through this very easy. It could take them 20 to 45 minutes to get through this piece of glass. And it's not going to be getting through it nice. I mean, they could be cut up. It's going to be a struggle. And usually, you know, within the first 5 minutes, people are going to get scared. There's noises. It's taking too long to get in, and that's going to be a deterrent to get out of here. And so that's kind of what we focus on. There are different, you know, shades of security film. You can get security film that's tinted, security film that's clear. Obviously, we are doing a clear security film here. You will have 99% UV ray rejection, which is a good plus. It does have a glare reduction as well. I don't know all the stats just off the top of my head, but there are some IR rejections, which I think you're about 68% infrared rejections. And it does come with a lifetime warranty. It is a very professional grade film. Yeah, so I'm getting the 8mm installed. They have different thicknesses depending on level of security you want. Now, we're standing next to our back doors here, and you may not be able to see in the video, but he's already removed some film on here that my wife had installed to reduce the UV light so it doesn't, you know, damage our furniture and our flooring, wood flooring in here. Well, that's already going to happen when you get this security film. It's going to be built into it. That was one of the first questions my wife asked is there UV protection? And there is. And because Idaho isn't as bright as Texas, we're putting it on clear. If I were in Texas, actually in Texas I did have tinted on our windows. So there's cost savings involved. You can do get the UV protection and security protection at one cost, at one step. Other than the film, what other devices or products can people put on the windows that maybe are as good or better or not as good or so forth? Other options? Yeah, so your other options would be to completely replace your glass with security glass, which is going to be very expensive to do that. So it's not very feasible. The other way to do it, I have seen in actually other homes, is they have a shutter system that completely shuts it down and makes it, you know, blocks that off, so you can't get in. Theoretically, that'll help deter them. They can still get in, obviously, with anything. If you beat it, you know, push the screws out the wall, it's just going to slow people down. Your regular film that you put on the window, that's going to help hold the film in place, but it's not going to be as strong as like your security film. You know, so like if your window was to break and you just had regular film on there, that would hold the glass in place so it doesn't crumble down. Other than that, those are about your only other options. I thought about the security shades, and they actually, they're very heavy duty, and they would take a bit of work for people to get through them, so it would delay them. The reason why I didn't go that way, they're tremendously more expensive, right. But the biggest reason I didn't go that way is because I can't see out. Right. Yes. Now, I do have security cameras inside the house and on the property. I have 32 security cameras here, but I want to be able to see what's going on. Yep. Okay, if I need to defend myself, I need to see what I'm defending against. Yep. And so with the shutters down, I'm in the dark. Yep. Now they can't see in, but I can't see out either, so I don't know how to take appropriate action. Another good advantage to security film, if someone wants to get in and say they have a gun, right? Well, yes, they can shoot your windows and get right in. With the security film, they're not going to bust that film down. That bullet will still travel through, but it's going to slow that bullet down. So what that means is if they shoot this window, it's not going to travel through and go through your other walls over there. It's going to take 200 pounds per square inch that's going to hold. That's going to get that bullet to drop down quicker throughout the house. So it won't travel through other walls.
So it's safer.
Yes.
Because it loses velocity, won't go all the way through the house.
Correct.
Another reason why I did not get the shutters is because I need to see what I'm shooting at.
Yes.
And I did not want bulletproof glass.
Right.
If someone's attacking me and I need to defend myself, we're well equipped and well prepared and well trained to know how to do that. If that is shooting through glass break film, and that keeps them outside, that's what I want.
Yep. And as soon as someone hears a gunfire off, they're gonna take off.
Yeah, exactly. I could buy this film on Amazon and sell it myself, and I'm a pretty hands-on guy. I mean, I built this entire greenhouse outside. But when it comes to my family's security, I'm not doing it myself.
Right.
Okay, I need it done properly. I need it done right the first time.
Yep.
And when you and I first talked, you said, well, I'm not going to be the cheapest. And I said, if you were, I wouldn't hire you.
Right.
And we're not talking about, buying something cheap that you're going to dispose of.
Right.
We're talking about saving and preserving life. So that's the reason why I called you. You and your team have been very professional, incredibly good communications, and just you're cleaning up after yourself. Everything is going great. I can't even tell that the film's on the window. Actually, I can because you clean the window so well. They look cleaner than they were when you started. But you do the whole thing. So you've been doing this for over 20 years. And you do commercial and residential?
Commercial, residential, auto. Yeah, we do it all types of window tinting.
I'm in Idaho Falls area. Where do you go if people are interested in getting hold of you?
We'll go. We do the complete surrounding areas: Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, anywhere someone wants us to go. As long as it's feasible and it gets us there, we'll make it happen. So.
Okay. So what are the kind of places you've done? You've done commercials. You mentioned Wells Fargo.
We've done banks. We've done the courthouses. We've done jailhouses. Obviously, your house. We've done tons of other homes in this security film. But yeah, we've kind of been all over the grid doing security film all over.
Any last thoughts on what you do?
Yeah,
advantages.
The other thing that we do is we use this Dow 995 silicone strengthener, and that's actually why the other shops don't do it. I've been also caulking my whole life. A lot of people are intimidated by running a caulk gun to make it look good, but when you just put this on, if it's not secured to the edge of the window, it can still break and fall down in a big sheet. So this silicone strengthener, what that's going to do is it bonds really well to your window wells and your glass. So you leave just a little bit of a gap between your film, your window, and then your side of your
frame.
Yeah, thank you. And so what that does is going to bond to your tint, to the glass, and then to the frame, and then it strengthens really hard. So that's what's going to hold that outer perimeter intact.
Without that, like I said, I wouldn't be having you do this.
Right.
This is really critical. This isn't something you're going to cut corners on and sleep good at night. Because you're going to be thinking, I cut corners on it. Yeah. Well, I have to share with my audience here that, as you know, I had 3 quotes. And when you came a couple weeks ago, another gentleman was here.
Yeah.
And after you left, he said, I know Justin, I know the work he does. I'm going to be cheaper, but he's going to do a better job.
Yep.
And so he didn't even give me a quote. On Monday, the next guy came to give me my 3rd quote, and he says, do you want this security film caulked? And I said, yes, if you're not going to caulk it, I don't want to waste your time. He said, thank you for not wasting my time.
Wow.
They weren't even willing to caulk it.
Wow.
I've learned enough about home security. I used to be in the home security industry and know enough about window film that if it's not caulked, it'll come right out. I mean, it'll come out in a big sheet, but it's going to come out. So if people want to get a hold of you, get a quote from you, how do they get a hold of you?
So we are located in Idaho Falls, Idaho, and our phone number is 208-716-3352. And my name is Justin Robinson.
So the best way to get a hold of you is just give you a call.
Yeah, that's the fastest, most quickest way to get in.
I called you and you answered the phone immediately.
Yep.
I prefer person-to-person communications. Very good. Appreciate you doing this. Appreciate the quality work, and appreciate you sharing your experience. 21 years, you know what you're doing.
Yep.
Okay, there you have it. If you are concerned of what's coming down the pipe, or coming down the pike, whatever it's called, and you're concerned about security, you've done some preparations so that you have some items that may be difficult to get in a grid down situation or economic collapse, and you're concerned about your safety, definitely get a hold of Justin, get a quote from him, get this installed. When the time comes, when someone's beating on your window, is not the time to be thinking about doing this. Get this done now, and that's what being prepared is. This is LDS Prepper reminding you, if ye are prepared, ye shall not fear.